That lawnmower is really loud. I'm gonna try to close the window. Okay, that should be better. I still have the fan going, but if I don't leave that on, I'm gonna sweat it, and that's gonna look gross. I don't normally. Now the lawnmower is coming closer. Maybe I should not be doing this at the moment. Okay, it went away for a little bit. I do not normally, if ever, buy anything off of a Facebook advertisement. I religiously just scroll past advertisements. There's something I deliberately do not pay attention to. But I kept seeing this one called My Fabric Dresser. They had just some of the most gorgeous prints. I couldn't ignore it. That as a designer or wannabe designer, as a hobbyist designer, it's coming back. As a hobbyist designer, I could not ignore these prints because some of them just look so celestial or candy goth. And I cannot ignore that. Yes, I saw the same advertisement so many times, and they had a little bit of stock left from the advertisement that I had saw probably 100 times before. Okay, maybe 25 times. But it was enough to catch my attention to say, oh, I wish I could work with that material. Anyway, it came today in this beautiful pink packaging. I don't know if did this come from the States? This came from London, Ontario. So we're going to open it and we're going to see what the quality of this fabric is like. I'm not an expert by any means, but I have paid attention to fabric quality over the last couple of years as I've been putting together my stockpile of fabric for when I am able to take off and sew. Let's open this. I love this pink. Okay, and under that we've got more pink packaging. Yeah, I don't think they had my most favorite ones left. Those ones apparently sold out. Oh, but there's a handwritten thanks. That's kind of cute. Okay. Just like on the receipt. Thanks! And then my name, and then like her name with a smiley face. It's cute. Okay, I love crows, and if you have followed my Crows and Cherry Trees account, you know that. This is a little darker than what I would normally go, but it's also very beautiful, and I thought, okay, it's only 1/2 meter. I'm sure I can find something to do with this that will look nice. Okay. And this is the cotton. Appears to be like the typical quilting cotton. What I should do is a wash and put these fabrics through a wash cycle to see if the dyes come out of them or if they hold their color really well. This is a knit, cotton rib knit. Each of these fabrics is a different material. I wanted to see the quality of this stuff before I go ordering like a lot of it. And this one, is this 1/2 meter too? It says 1 of 1, but it looks like more than the other one, so I think they gave me a full meter here compared to this, which is 1/2 the meter, right? So that's 1/2 a meter, which means they probably gave me whatever was left. It might be 3/4 or almost a full meter. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's my aesthetic, but it is. We all have a dark side. It's cute, it's colorful. Give you a visual of the back side. Just an idea of like how it drapes. It definitely curls at the end. I think that's normal for this type of fabric. So this is inside out, of course, and that's the drape. It's a little bit of a bounce to it. I'm not a plaid person, but I absolutely love the colors in this. Soft shell. I got soft shell because the options were like down to this and other polyesters. Here. It's got kind of this crystal effect. And so it is soft on the inside and smooth on the outside. The softness actually kind of sticks a little bit like felt. It's sort of like raincoat material. soft shell. Like, you can hear the sound of it. Okay, here's the drape. Is it stretchy? It's not stretchy that way, and it's got a little bit of a stretch if you really try. It's not stretchy the way this is stretchy though. So this actually feels like it would be a really easy material to work with. It's just like it's got a thickness to it that would hold structure. All right, it needs chocolate milk. All right. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. I'm gonna go get him his chocolate milk, and we will. I'll try putting this through the wash or something, or update you on what I do. So I just realized I didn't give you guys the amount that it came to. This is not actually a receipt. This is just like a checklist. From what I remember, everything is approximately around $15 per half meter. So it's about $30 a meter. Give or take a little bit depending on the type of fabric. The cotton, for instance, is more expensive than polyester. So if we go 15, 15, 15, we got 30, 45, plus about $13, $15 or something for the shipping, plus the taxes. This all sort of came to $60. And in general, was this worth $60? You know, it depends what the vision is. If I can visualize something in which these materials will look great in, then it's worth the money. Okay, so this, the knit, I was thinking might actually make a great pair of pants. Like pajama type pants. Like the material's good enough you can wear it out of the house. It's cotton, which is great because it breathes. And typically when you see this kind of bright colored print, it's always on a polyester. When you have a stretch, it's usually a polyester. Is it part polyester? Maybe I'd have to look back into that, but I'm pretty sure it was 100% cotton. But I will double check that. Before I use this fabric, I'm gonna have to find a complementary fabric that makes this look good. I'm not just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna try to use this now. This is one that's gonna sit on my shelf for a while until I'm like, oh, that would be perfect. Because otherwise I'm gonna fail with that one. I wanted this print. I just wanted this print because it's so happy. I do like the idea of pajama pants with this though. It's light enough to be a good summer fabric, but still dark and fun enough for someone who likes a candy goth without being covered in plastic polyester. At first observation here, I would definitely say these are worth their price as a retail price. All the prints are very crisp. The colors are vibrant. Whether or not these colors hold through a wash really well, we'll see. So this is after swishing it around a little bit. The water's still pretty clear, it's not very black. The water is a little darker than what's shown on the video. So this one I'm comfortable just putting into the machine now. Next, we'll do this one. It's actually not half bad either. You know what, I'm going to heat up the water and see if it makes much of a difference. So this is adding some hot water. Okay, that's as hot as my hand can bear. And it's still not making a huge difference. Like, yeah, the water's getting a little darker, expectedly. It's not like the color's washing out. I would say that's washing machine safe. And no, I'm not going to let all these little things go down the drain. I'm going to get all those out. Now this is a fully dyed quilting cotton from a different place. I got this one from a warehouse. It still has tape on it. I expect that the dye is going to come out of this one a little bit more. Okay, because I could see that the dye was coming out of it right away, I left it to soak for about 5 minutes or so. And you can see it's just turning the water a different color. So this is why I like to hand wash first. And it's warm water at this point. It's not even hot. But these ones, you don't want to be washing dark colors on hot anyway. So I push the heat at the beginning to get the worst of the color out.
Mom, I'm actually not really aiming.
The water is a bit darker than what's being picked up on the camera. At least as far as I can see it right now. This is why I get this out, so that the white in like these bunnies, because this is a cotton material, it will pick up some dye. So I don't want these little white bunnies picking up this dye in the washing machine. And I think for a first wash, this is ideal anyway, and washing the least likely to bleed to the most likely to bleed, in that order, actually saves on some water. Okay, so I have washed this by hand and through the wash on a warm wash and a hot dry. So this, you know what, I didn't measure it to see like how much it shrunk, but it's cotton, so I assume that it shrunk. You gotta unroll the edges to really see how much you have there. But it looks to me like the color held up really well. The bunnies are still white. The fabric actually went a little tiny bit fuzzier, which is just what happens to fabric when it goes through the wash. So I don't know if you can see. On camera it still looks pretty smooth, but you can kind of see how it's a little bit fuzzy now. There. Yeah, that's from the wash. It didn't have that little bit of fuzziness before. But you have to look pretty closely, or the light has to be hitting the black in a certain way for you to kind of see the fuzziness against the black. At least I don't know any way that that's avoidable. That's just gonna happen. It's so soft. It's definitely comfy material. The edge of the knit fabric did not fray at all in the wash, so there's no need to overlock that. As usual, so far, I totally forgot to do the edges, and so like that. So I'm actually more concerned about the threads all going down the drain than I am about actually losing that bit of fabric. But yeah, the color held up really well with that too. Yeah, they're good for a wash. Based on these 3 fabrics, I'd say this is a very trustworthy store. If you are looking to make any sort of one-of-kind type projects, I would totally recommend this. I would say the prices are very decent, especially when compared to other major retailers. But not only are you getting a good quality for your price, you are getting really unique prints that you're probably not going to find anywhere else. A lot of times with fabric stores, you get a lot of the same styles from store to store, or at least within a very similar type look. And this place really offers very beautiful, unique fabrics. And the coolest thing about getting these prints is that you actually get to choose the fabric that you want it printed on, which is not an option at local fabric stores. So if you're looking for some fabric that is of excellent quality and has a unique print that you're not going to find anywhere else, this is your store. So will I be buying from them again? Most definitely. In fact, I'll probably keep checking back on their website to see the new prints that keep rolling out. Each time they have a new set of prints that roll out, there's at least 2 or 3 that I absolutely love. Bye.